Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your timeless reading for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Pulling from I think it's the Disney Villains, because I've got quite a few of these decks. This is what I'm talking about, like investment decks. I definitely would invest in that, especially if you're a fan of Disney and it's like, I'm an 80s baby, so it's like all the villains, you know? So it's this one here. Put it over here. But I just like sharing the decks because I know with myself, I watch other healers and I'm like, ooh, what's that deck? I want to, I really like that deck. So starting off with the Queen of Swords. And this is like truth, but this is like, it's not truth that's going to affect you. It's just like gossip truth. You know what I mean? Like, she's got a list. So see like the smug look on her face. It's like, oh, I can't wait to tell you this. So I feel like it's about someone you care about, or you felt like someone, like, I don't feel like romantic or anything like that. I feel like platonic friendship, coworker, something like that. And it's like, ooh, I got some dirt to tell you. But it's not flattering. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is how they really see you. So maybe it's good that, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, ugh, like that's not good. We have the death card. So we're struggling with releasing. And that is so true because we're coming into this new era. You keep seeing me post that. And it's like you finally decided what you're trying to manifest, you're getting out of your own way. You're getting out of your way. So Page of Cups as well. Hanging on to a cup and fear of losing it because we have doubts. But remember, there's hangover energy with retrograde. So we don't want to sit there and release people, places, and things that lead to the sun. We know it's for our betterment, but that's what you got to keep telling yourself. Like, just do what you're gonna do here. You know what I mean? I'm the same way. It's just I'm waiting until the hangover energy is done. What I might do is because things have changed for myself. So it's just like post, like film it, edit it, and then get it ready to post. So it's just like, then here we go. Because you are in charge. And that's what they're saying. Someone's going to sit there and tell you some truths. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it really pisses you off. And you're just like, oh, F it. Do not make permanent decisions out of temporary emotions. You know what I mean? I think they're just trying to do this to stick it to you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we'll get them on our side. And it's just like, they don't know who they're talking to. It's like, you're loyal. You know what I mean? I feel like you may confront the person, be like, hey, like, this is what on, but I feel like it's like, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like they will end up telling them that they told you, like, or that that this is how they see you or perceive you or how they talk garbage about you. And it's just like, you know, you just, I think it's just like, when, like myself, 80s baby, I'm 45. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like you don't have time for that. Like you don't even care. It's like you are a sensitive person. I'm very sensitive, and it's like it will hurt, but you're just like, does it really affect my life? Like I've been hearing this my whole life. Who cares? Join the crowd. Join the party. Another fan club that hates me or sees me a certain way. You know what I mean? It's like, oh well. But they're telling you, with the blue, I feel like it's the chakras and maybe throat chakra or like your third eye or like your intuition. Like, this is where I'm saying third eye in your mind's eye. You're seeing this is what you have to do. You have to do next level work for next, like, you got to sit there and make the first step. So, like I said, like if you're sitting there and you're like, it's retrograde, hangover energy, I'll wait till the 15th when it's done. It's like, yeah, but if you could do some things in the background to get it going. So maybe like myself, I film it and then it ends up getting deleted somehow. You know what I mean? It's just like it is what it is. So I feel like it's just like encouraging to take that step. Stop hanging on to things that no longer line up with who you are because you are determined. Like remember how Cruella and her envy and her what do you call that, greed, because she wanted this fur lavish luxury coat, and she wouldn't stop at nothing until she got it. Like she went against her own friend, she went against Anita. So it's just like, you are in charge here, but don't get so blinded by what you're, because she's blinded by, you know what I mean? Like to her, like to Anita, this is like her family. They didn't have children, and it's like those dogs, those puppies were their children. Like if you're that type of person that talks like baby talk to your fur babies or calls them a fur baby, like You know what I mean? You don't just stick them outside in the, in a blizzard or something like that, or balmy heat wave. It's just like you care about them. They're an extension of you. They're not just, oh, you're just, people have dogs or cats. Like, you're just that. They are showing the world card, so wrapping things up, and this is what I mean. It's like this is nothing kind of like void of course. Get up, do what you're gonna do. Like, you may start something, so it may have a hiccup with it, or there may be, like I said, this, where they're showing the Queen of Swords. Ooh, I got some gossip for you, and it's, hurtful. But it's just like, you know, take it as it is. So with the world card, it's just like, like they're saying, they're wrapping things up. This new era is starting. Like there is this week that's very transformative. Oh my gosh, so many people are copying this one channel on TikTok. It's hard to know which account is the authentic one, but they're talking about that, like how the energy is shifted and things have shifted. It's like, yeah, things are shifting for the betterment. It's like you felt your feelings. You know what I mean? Like with myself, I definitely felt an internal shift. It's just like weight lifted off my shoulders, and I don't feel like it was a weight to carry. I just feel like it's not even so much acceptance. Like Charlotte said this to Carrie, like if you're in a relationship for so long, then you should stay single for this long. So 5 years, it's 2.5 years. And I feel like it's like when your heart and soul are lined up with each other and like, you don't have anything to feel bad about. Like, we were talking about endings. So it's like, at Christmas parties, I don't feel like you're starting anything major right now. I feel like that's more like May of next year, but it's just like maybe you go out and hang out with someone, have coffee. So it's like, maybe go to, to New Year's parties and stuff together. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like getting each other through the holidays. It's like, I ain't looking for no commitment. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Maybe it's going to be like a happy blessing. Like you're not even looking for it, and it just happens to fall in your lap. But I don't feel like, so maybe you guys end up being committed like in May. You're like, you know what? We've been hanging out for 6 months, might as well keep hanging out with each other. 7 of Cups, and this is where I feel like, people are always trying to grab at your cup, but I feel like it's like, I feel like everything that you want, you will accomplish, but there's so many things. And sometimes it's just like, it's intimidating because it's like, I want so many things. But it's like, but you multitask all the time. You wear many hats. Like they're showing spinning dishes. Like you're that type of person. It's like, I was watching a channel on TikTok, and she's like, if you could have an extra arm or extra leg, what would you have and why? And I'm like, an extra freaking arm. Like all the time. It's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work. And the kids are just like, can you get this? Can you get this? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, can you? My gosh. Judgment. So I feel like following your intuition in this situation where they're showing like, there's this like pushback, fear. And I feel like this is where I love Kanye West, and please don't get that construed. I don't like some of the crap that he says or his views. But like, when he was like old Kanye, going back to, he's winning awards and stuff like that. I know that he don't care about any of that. I understand that, like he went through his journey, but it's just like he sat there and he's like, they're like, are you afraid to fail? He's like, no, because I always try. And it's like, that's the biggest thing, is that we're so afraid to try. We don't even know if we're ever going to succeed. What do we do? Being my age, you look back and you're like, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done this. You know what I mean? But I'm also old enough to be like, well, I don't want to sit there and mess up the timeline where I met Shane and had the kids. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you had to go through that timeline. Maybe to figure out who you are. With Judgment, I feel like is trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, trusting your higher self. It's like, do you want all these cups? You want, you know what I mean? You want the next level things? It's like you gotta do next level income. Like she's very luxurious, right? So it's like maybe you want to bring in more income. It's just like, okay, I've been trying to do the things, or you know what I mean? It's just, it's that game plan ain't working. Or you want to change the environment, and it's like, well, can't change the environment if you're not willing to do the things to get to that environment, right? It's just like, how many, like Mama Cookie, like Kristen Howard, Emily Sky, it's just like they're so vulnerable. You know what I mean? That's why we love them, because it's just like, girl, like I know you feel like you're Delulu, but Harry Fairy, it's just like, we're all Delulu with you. You know what I mean? It's just like, all the things. Oh, what's her name? The one that does the Kardashian skits, and she's pregnant with her third baby. She's very real. She's been on my mind a lot lately. Uh, Ten of Pentacles. So absolutely yes. And I feel again with the Chariot energy, don't white knuckle it. Don't be so fixated on getting what you want that you hurt others. Like you just like get out of my way. Like they're like move, be get out of my. It's like you just mow them down with your car. And it's like absolute yes, everything is lining up beautifully. You know what I mean? Unconditional love. They're showing like Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles energy. With the Ten of Pentacles, it's an absolute yes. Like if you're asking a question, I feel like in this way where they're talking about moving to the next level things, and it's like they're like you're standing in your own way, like your fear, your doubt, you're worried, and it's just like maybe this is you don't have to like obviously it's the holiday season and people are Hanukkah starts on the 14th and it's like buying the things and it's just like if you can't afford to do a reading right now, you could sit there and get your own tarot deck. You can sit there and go to Astrology Answers tarot deck meanings and see the meanings of it if you're not too familiar with it, or maybe with all the sales like they had Cyber Monday. I know some of them are extending it like an extra day. They'll probably extend it till Friday, but see, like, Amazon was having 40% off. So this deck, I don't know if this was Hay House or if this was Amazon. I think it was Hay House, to be honest. I didn't see any deals with Hay House because I always post them. Strength. You know what I mean? The two-sided, like, I feel like, I don't feel so much like devil and angel, but I feel like this is, like, second-guessing ourselves. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's just, like, don't let that energy creep in, and this is where I'm talking about retrograde hangover energy, where it's like putting seeds of doubt in there, or like shadow side is like, oh, you're this, you're this, you're this. Especially with that Queen of Swords energy, you know what I mean? It's just like, maybe this is someone that you felt like always had your back and supported you, and it's like you find out like they actually talk mad garbage about you, and I feel like it's just the toxic environment you're in. Not to give them a pass or anything like that, but I feel like it's just like, you know what I mean? Are you really shocked? You know what I mean? So we're going to stop with the Six of Coins. And this is where, you know what I mean? It's just like everything that you've asked for and more is coming in. Like they're showing that treasure box. And I feel like this is like you're wondering what to do to get to that next level or what is in your path. And it's like, there's something calling at your soul. There's something you want to do and you're afraid to do it. So this could be like on social media. Like, everybody talks about that. This is why I don't read my comments. Justin, the stand-up comedian, he's over in the UK right now with his wife Ashley. They're pregnant with, I think, is it their sixth baby? And the same thing. It's like, this is why we don't read social media comments, because people be being people, and it's just like, you know what? It's easy to write those comments, but are you posting content? Let's go look at your channel. Like, what are you posting? Like, how are you making the world a better place? You know what I mean? That's why I love these creators, because it's like you're true, you're authentic, you make me laugh. You know what I mean? Joe Coy, like, oh my gosh, like, I remember a situation that's like, trying to take their mind off of what was going on. And I'm like, let's watch Joe Coy, because we watched a couple of his Netflix specials, and, we're like belly laughing, you know what I mean? So it's just impersonating his mom or how he grew up, and it's just like, just doing the things. And I feel like, that's what they're saying. It's like everybody had to do the next level things. They had to be vulnerable. They put themselves out there. They did relatable content. Even though they get nasty comments and stuff like that, it's just like, you know what? It's like for every one nasty comment, there's like a million people behind them that freaking love and support them. You know what I mean? They aren't on that platform and successful like they are because, that one comment, So this is where I feel like that Queen of Swords, where it's like being smug. It's like, ooh, I got you now. Like, ooh, now you're gonna do what I ask you to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's just trying to get more control. I feel like, I don't know what it is. It's just like they just want control over you, and it's like kind of they want to pull the puppet strings, and it's just like, those strings have been cut a long time ago. It's like a marionette, and they're showing one string. It's like one string left, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just do the things you need to do. But it's like, I definitely feel like with the tentacles, with the Seven of Cups is what they're showing, is like, you're going to have to be juggling a lot of things for a little bit until you get to that level. And a lot of people will tell you that. Yeah, I had to work another job until I got to this. When I got to this, it's like, or, cutting your hours down, being part-time, because this will take up more of your energy, where you want to grow. So You know what I mean? It's like they're showing the Seven of Pentacles. You planted the seedlings. You're doing the work. It's like now we got to go to the next level. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna continue doing what you're doing, but it's like again multiple cups. It's like multiple hats spinning many plates because it's touching on so many different things. Because you're growing, you're expanding. If you ever sit there and it's just like, oh, I'm done growing, I'm done understanding, I'm done learning knowledge. It's like, well, you know, you're never too young or too old. The people that you teach will become the teachers and you'll become the student. You know, if you're a parent, you know that for a fact. Your kids get older, they start growing into their own individual people, and it's like, hey, da 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 da, and you're like, oh, they educate you on things that maybe you didn't know. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is where Spirit is just saying, you know, don't let the shadows creep in with their little blah blah blahs like they do. Control that, you know, sit there, you know, try to get the sneak in those little healthy greens and, you know, keep your body and your blood oxygenated. Like here we're about to get a winter storm, so we're definitely going to get some workout in there. But it's just like, you know, sit there and do the things that make you happy, do the things that make you grow. Eat a warm delicious food that warms up your soul. Like, you know, sit there and do the things that make you happy. It's like, you know, again, watch the shadow energy, but don't allow shadow to hold you back. Ask Spirit to give you strength. You know, we call upon the archangels and guardian angels and the legions of angels, whomever you believe in, Yahweh, Yeshua, Gaia, Mother Earth. It's like higher self. It's like ask them to give you the strength and the courage to do the things. Ask them to give you the strength and the courage to sit there and be vulnerable and get to the next place. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know how many people you may be reaching, even if it's one or two. It's like you probably put a positive impact on their life. You know, because we go through these things. We've been through these experiences. You know, yeah, like Mimi, the she has her son Javon and Juicy and Mr. Stretch. She even sat there, you know, she's like, if I, you know, she's sitting there cooking food and then she's for real, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she sits there and she's just like, you know, if I could talk to my younger self, I would save more money for a rainy day because she's like, life rains a lot. And it's like, it's true. And it's not just our life. It's like people that we love and care about. It's like, hey, if I can sit there and, you know what I mean? But it's like, don't sit there and put people above your family or above yourself because it's just like they will keep taking until they can't take no more. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to keep that little hush hush, like this jewelry box they're showing here. Yeah, you be giving out the you know, they're saying cheddar, so it sounds urban. But it's just like, you know, it's just like you're sitting there and you're giving and giving and giving, and then when it's like, hey, my treasure box is empty, like, you know, can you help me out a little bit? And they're just like, oh, well, I can give you like, you know, maybe $10 or something. You're like, what? Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It's like, it's not, we don't give because we want to receive, but it's just like, it's showing you, you know, so keep that all hush hush, keep it all quiet. You know, we all want to scream from the rooftops, hey, I got it like that, but you know, we can't. We know that people will take advantage. People, they're saying extort. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, they do. You know, they've been running their mouth, and it's like, go for it, have fun, see you on the other side, because they're lazy. They don't want to do nothing. They want to make it off everybody else's back. They're showing like bacon. You know what I mean? Like they're sitting there skinning like the back of a pig, and it's, I don't know where you cut to make bacon. I'm just saying, like by the spine. They're showing that, and it's just like the skin of your back. You know what I mean? It's like they don't want to work for it. It's like, hey, I could extort you, or I could say some nonsense. You know what I mean? Especially if you're social media, right? They'll be saying all the things. Kevin Hart, his own best friend, taped him in a predicament, and he, you know, his own actions, but you know what I mean? His best friend taped it. It's like, it pretended to be someone else. It's like, hey, give me $5 million or I'm going to sit there and release this. And blew up his whole life. So he had to go tell his wife. He had to sit there and get the FBI involved. And they're like, hey, you know who this is? And he's like, no. It's your best friend. That's why people be being people. Why do you think they were showing? Don't re-friend, don't re-family. Because they already showed you who they are. You know what I mean? They ain't changed. They say some people change, but it's like, I need to see action. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're not my circle. You're like, you know, like 17 rings out. If that. You know what I mean? But watch that negative energy. Keep yourself in line what you need to do. You know you need to do the next level work to get to the next level, and it's just like that will pay off in spades. What the dream life that you're dreaming of, it's like, okay, it's there, it's tangible. You know what I mean? This is the time to do it. You know what I mean? It's like they're saying, like, this is the opportunity. This is where things change for you. So either you're going to sit there and keep repeating the same cycle over and over again. Yeah, you'll eventually get there to at some point, but it'll be a lot later. This is going to be something that will, time jump your whole life, to get you to where you want to go. You want to do this, you want to do that. It's like, you need to do this. This is what's going to switch things over. This is what's going to take you to that next level. Just keep believing in yourself, believing in your dreams. Like Harry Fairy, you're Delulu, be more Delulu. You know what I mean? Sit there and do the things. So I hope you enjoyed this timeless reading. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next one.